good weekend ahead. Thought I'd do something a little bit different today. Thought I'd make a morning video. See what my response is on a morning video. I'll absolutely be able to see when people comment a lot better in the morning than I would in the evening. Who knows? I might do this 30-minute video and like nobody show up. I've kind of figured out that it's the time of day really helps when I do these videos, determining, like the response I get, or how many people visit during my drive. I've never done the morning drive thing before, so I thought, well, it's Monday, it's going to be a hectic day at work, so I'll go ahead and do one. So I just had one viewer come in. I got 3 now. That's good. Good morning, folks. How are we today? So I was just saying that I've never done a morning video before, and I thought I would do one this morning since it is Monday. Things are getting back to normal. It's a pretty good weekend. I got a lot accomplished. Got my yard mowed. Cleaned out my gutters. Gutters weren't too bad. I'm really surprised though, because the trees that are in my backyard usually produce a bunch of fucking dead leaves and stuff, and but my gutters actually weren't too bad. But it's probably because we've had a lot of rain the past couple of weeks. It's been spotty, but it's been a couple of days where it was pouring pretty good. So I went ahead and cleaned my gutters too. I needed to do that. And then got to watch some UFL football this weekend. That was pretty cool. Did some virtual reality stuff. That was pretty cool. So I've never took my girl out last night for Mother's Day. Went to a restaurant. It's one of her favorites. She likes Mexican food. So we went to a place called Chevy's Tex-Mex. Something like that. It's a cantina type place. It's really expensive, but well worth it. I mean, you get quite a bit of food for your money. Stuff like that. So I figured, what the hell, it's Mother's Day, let's treat her right. She deserves it. She works hard for it. She's a good mom. Anyway. So this is what it looks like in the morning when I go to work. It's still dark out when I leave the house. The good thing about driving this time of the morning, especially like going the way that I do, I go against the traffic going to work, and then I go against the traffic going home from work. So it's really never any backups unless, of course, there's a wreck or something like that. But the traffic's pretty light this time of day, depending on the day, I guess. But I like riding this time of the morning better than in the afternoons or later in the morning when it's, people are rushing to get to work. But working the 6 a.m. shift, I get to see all the fun people. So I get people that don't know how to leave their house on time. They want to leave 10-15 minutes later than they're supposed to, and then they want to act like Betty Petty trying to get to work on time. So I'll have my morning people. Usually it's the same people every day. I've been driving this route for 9 years now, so I see a lot of the same cars every morning. And I figured out that most of the drivers who are speed demons in the mornings are the ones that are coming over from Illinois. So I'm in Missouri, and I'm kind of on the border, but we have a lot of people that work St. Charles, O'Fallon, Wentzville area that are from Illinois. So they act like it's Indy 500 out here first thing in the morning. Speed limit's 60. I usually do around 70, 73, something like that. I try not to go much faster than that, but I have people that ask me like I'm sitting still in the mornings. So it's a trip. It's always a trip. What's everybody up to today? Any plans? Anybody working, going to work, getting ready for work? What's going on today out there? Not a whole lot, huh? I guess I'm too early for my daughter. She usually catches my afternoon videos. I'm usually on between 2:30 p.m. Central Time and around 3 o'clock when I work an 8-hour shift. We got some people coming in from out of town today that are coming to our shop to help out. So I'll probably be working 10-hour days this week. I'm not really sure. It just kind of depends on how I feel and what my workload is. I'm the type, I don't really like to work unless I can stay what they call gainfully employed. If there's really not a whole lot going on and I can't stay busy for the extra, hour or two that I'm at work, I don't like to stay. And it's not really fair to the company that I work for to, take the time from them when I'm not being productive, so I don't. So here recently, I don't know, like from September to probably mid-March after I got back from vacation. Well, it wasn't really a vacation, but I went on a trip to North Carolina. And I was working 10-hour days from September all the way through probably the 1st of March. And then when I got back from my trip, I think I worked another week, maybe, doing 10 hours a day, and then half a day on Saturday, which would be, well, actually 3/4 of a day on Saturday, like 6 hours. So I was working about 56 hours a week. And with the money that I make, the overtime is really good. But the problem with working a lot of overtime is they eat up your money on taxes. So, I was clearing pretty good, but I haven't worked much overtime since then. I may have had an hour or two. That's been about it. But I still make pretty decent money considering, that I don't have the overtime hours to add the extra money. But I survive, Well, like I say, I've been doing this for 9 years, and it's really cool knowing that, as long as the job that I have is, we have to do with the infrastructure. So it's nice to know that, the job that I have is always in demand. I mean, as long as people need commercial vehicles built to spec, these contractors and big fleet companies need vehicles. Pretty much I've got a job, so it really helps knowing that. But I don't know. I used to work like all kinds of different jobs, doing different shifts. I found that working like a 6 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. is probably the best shift. I do have to get up a little earlier in the morning, but it's not so bad, really, when you think about it. I go to bed a little earlier, but, what am I going to do at 11 or 12 o'clock on a weeknight anyway? I don't drink, I don't party, I don't go to bars and things like that, so there's no need for me to be up that time of night. I stay up late like that on the weekends, you know. What they say is always, there's never enough hours in the day. So on the weekends, I take advantage of every hour that I can. And I usually still get about the same amount of sleep. I usually sleep about, I don't know, 6.5 hours a night or something like that, which is really all your body requires. At least that's what I've been told anyway. There we go. We got some sunlight coming in. Now you guys can see me. When I left the house, you couldn't see me. Yeah. But like I said, it's nice seeing the sunrise every morning. You know, I look in my rear view mirror. Behind me is east. I'm going west. And it's about a 22-minute drive, something like that. I leave the house about 6:20, and I can be there by 6:40, 6:45, something like that, depending on traffic. But like I said, you know, going west this time of morning, everybody's headed to St. Louis, so they're all headed east. So I'm headed west to O'Fallon, Missouri, and there's not traffic's considerably light compared to some of the bigger cities. Of course, now I'm not actually in the city. I'm in the county, and I've already crossed over into St. Charles County, so it's really not that bad first thing in the morning. Every once in a great while I'll have a crash or something, but I can't say that I've seen more than probably 3 or 4 crashes in the 9 years that I've been working at this company going west in the mornings. And even then, the traffic still moves along pretty well, unless somebody has a really bad oops, and then it's a freaking nightmare. But there are plenty of routes that I can take. I can get over on Interstate 370, which is kind of an outer loop, which goes between St. Charles and O'Fallon area, St. Peter's. So if I catch it early enough, I can go that way, or I can go what they call Page Extension, which is 364, which goes through the suburbs. Here's an idiot right here. Got nothing else better to do than play Betty Petty first thing in the morning. But it takes all kinds, you know. Anyway, so traffic's not that bad. Most of the people that are, up and running to work this time of morning, they're all going east because everybody works in the St. Louis area. And but not me. I had to be different, So this is it. This is my drive to work on Monday morning. And like I said earlier, I've never done a Monday morning video before, so this is rather interesting that I took the time to try it this morning. And I've done pretty well with my videos. I don't have a whole lot of followers, but I do have people that watch my videos and things like that. I try to have a little variety in what I do. I do concert videos, I do funny stuff, I shoot videos of my dog. I shoot videos, like if I know there's a crash coming up, I try to time my video to where I can show the aftermath. If somebody's already crashed, I'm sitting in traffic, I try to get that on video. It's always, some of those videos seem to do pretty well. But I don't do this for monetary reasons. I just do it because I like it. Look at this idiot, freaking Yaris, whatever the hell it is. I'm doing 70 and he passed me like I was sitting still. Idiots. It takes all kinds, I guess. But so this is it. Anybody got any comments, questions? concerns, anything this morning? I had a guy tell me Friday, how many cans of pork and beans can you eat in one sitting using only a smoothie straw? Well, what the hell kind of question is that? That's about the stupidest shit I ever heard in my life. Dumbass. How about 0? I don't eat beanie weenies. I can afford to eat better than that. Dumbass. Wow. Yeah, there's a smart ass in every crowd, I guess. I bet you could suck the chrome off a trailer hitch, couldn't you? It's for science, yeah. It's a dumbass question from a smart ass. That's what it is. Shit. Do you even have a job? Do you work in the morning? Do you go to work in the morning at all? Tell me. I bet you don't have a job. You sit at home and play fucking Call of Duty all day, don't you? Fucking moron. Shit. For science. What a dumbass. Anyway. I got better things to do with my time. I'm going to get me some moderators. That's what I need to do. I need to get a moderator to take care of dumbasses like you. You know what? I'm not even going to give you a shout out. I usually give shout outs to people if they come in here respectfully and makes you feel better. I ate 6 cans. Well, that's nice. I bet you your body weight shows it too. And I bet you're not very good and healthy either. You know, there's a lot of preservatives, a lot of chemicals and shit in those cans. That's probably all you can afford to eat anyway. Beanie weenies. What are those, like $1.25 a can now or something like that? You go to family, you do your grocery shopping at fucking Dollar General, don't you? You fucking idiot. Yeah. Wow. Well, I get smart asses in my afternoon videos too. I don't mind. You guys make me laugh. That's great. Look at this fucking big truck coming over here. Wow. Wait till you get my age and your metabolism slows down. You'll wish you hadn't ate them fucking beanie weenies. I guarantee you that. And you know, they don't even put as many beans and weenies in those cans anymore. You know, it's all that fucking, what is it, shrinkflation. What about a record? Hold on a minute, I'm making a turn here. I told you, oh, your record is 6? Is that what it is? Okay. Well, I don't know. When I was young, I could eat a lot. I don't eat a whole lot anymore. Or if I do eat a lot, I eat healthy, you know. A lot of junk in those cans. You know, it's more expensive to eat good than it is to eat junk. You know, you see these people that, I don't know, let's say McDonald's, for instance. God, what garbage is that? Fucking McDonald's. I haven't eaten McDonald's in years. It's been years since I've eaten McDonald's. You know, it's not real food. It's fucking junk. You want to eat some real food, you get up in the morning, you fix yourself some eggs and bacon, have you a cup of coffee. That's how you eat. Damn, dude. Eating, what are you eating? Beanie weenies 24/7 or what? Dumbass. Jeez. And he calls me bro. You don't even know me. Oh boy, there's a freaking smart ass in every crowd. Anyway. Yeah, so I used to eat out a lot, you know, when I was doing construction work. And I worked for a company that did residential electrical stuff, you know, service stuff. And these guys I used to work with, they like to eat at McDonald's and Burger King and junk food during the day. I don't know. You know, it got expensive, you know, when you eat out every day like that. I've considered, you know, the fact that when you eat out like that, if you spend, you know, $100 a week on fucking fast food, that's a waste. I can spend $100 on food and eat good and healthy at home, both before and after work. And I even feel better. That food, I don't know what the hell's in it, what the kind of preservatives or whatever kind of junk they mix together and call it hamburger or whatever. You know, I hear there's grub worms in McDonald's burgers, you know, because your body requires protein, right? So these companies figured out, because they're going to want us all to eat bugs and shit eventually anyway. Let me put on my tinfoil hat for a minute. So what they do is they use these fucking grub worms in these burgers. If you ever get to watch a video, I think it was called Super Size Me or something like that. It was some guy that did an experiment about the food at McDonald's, and he was talking about how they use grub worms in their burgers because they have to fill that protein. There's a certain amount of protein that they have to have. And, you know, beef has gotten too expensive. And I think a lot of this started back during that mad cow shit back in the, I don't know, what was it, the early 90s or something like that. There's been so many things happen that it's hard to remember, you know, like unless you associate it with something. But they had this thing that was when people were eating, you know, steaks and shit at restaurants, they were dropping dead from this fucking mad cow disease. And that's pretty much when the whole thing started, you know, putting fucking bugs and shit in people's food. And oh my God, fast food. You know, I used to love fast food. It used to be good for you, you know, way back in the day. But and it was cheap. You could get a freaking, I remember when I could go to Taco Bell at lunchtime. Well, this is back when I was like 20 years old, but I could go to Taco Bell and get a bean burrito, a chilito, and 2 soft tacos for like $2.50 or something like that. And what is it, like $10 now or something like that? It's fucking outrageous. And it's not even real food anymore. You know, that's what, it's just a space filler. That's all it is. It's not good for you. Jeez. I guess that guy that was talking about Beanie Weenies left. He couldn't handle the pressure or something. Oh my God. So this is what I do. I get up early in the morning. I drive from, see what, you couldn't even see me in the camera when I left my house this morning. So I get to see the sun come up. It's pretty nice, you know, in the mornings. Turning in my parking lot here. And then I'll back into my regular spot. I got a parking spot here that I've kind of claimed. They got one of the vehicles that's been brought in to work on sitting in my spot. Has been for a couple of, I don't know, like half the week last week. So I had to go down a couple of other parking spaces. We had a new guy start last week too. I was busting his chops about parking in my spot. I said, I guess the guys didn't tell you that that's my parking spot. Don't park there, idiot. Yeah. They all bust my chops. Hey, you know, Jim, that parking spot don't have your name on it. Yeah, well, I've claimed it. I've earned it. I've worked here long enough. Yeah. 5:49. Yep, I got about 5 more minutes and before I clock in. I usually sit out here and have a few sips of coffee out of my handy dandy coffee cup. There. Don't tread on us. That's right. They'll do anything they can, won't they? Anybody need a shout out this morning? I'll give you a shout out. Make you, I'll make you famous. So I don't know that we're going to be real busy this week. I know that we got some guys coming in from out of town, but I don't know what the workload looks like. I haven't looked at this. We have a schedule that we go by. Like I said, I work for a company that upfits commercial vehicles, so we bring in stripped down vans and trucks, and we have customers like Rent-A-Kill and Union Pacific Railroad and National Cash Register and all kinds of different Home Depot and stuff like that. So we get really big orders for these vans, and we build them to specifications for what the companies are looking for in them. And it's a really, really cool place to work. You know, we got a lot of good people here, but I usually take it easy when I get here in the morning. Trying to wake the buggies up out of my eyes. Yeah. Wow, 12 people watching me. I don't know if I've ever had that many people watch before. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, it went down to 4. I guess that's just people. Hey, anybody need a shout out? I'll give you a shout out. I don't even require, like, a lot of these people that do these videos, they require you to like their video. I don't even have any likes. I guess nobody likes my video, but a lot of these people require you to do, you know, like their video or their live feed, or they ask you to subscribe in order for you to get a shout. I'll give free shout outs, you know, because not only am I a YouTube content maker, but I'm also a YouTube watcher and surfer and all that good shit. So that, like, sometimes during the day when I'm on break, there's a few people I visit pretty regularly on YouTube. Some of them are on, you know, like pretty much the same times a day, like I am in the afternoons usually, but I decided to do a morning video this morning. And looking at the sun come up. Look at this, guys. This is really cool. The sun coming up this morning. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. That's God's work right there. Yep. Beautiful, beautiful sights first thing in the morning. This is a really cool place. I've taken a lot of good pictures right here. I like it when there's a lot of like purple and orange mixed together. It's pretty cool first thing in the morning. But now we're facing east back towards St. Louis. I'm in O'Fallon, Missouri, and that's facing back east towards St. Louis, and so the sun comes up there and it sets behind me in the evenings. It's always really cool to watch the colors appear, you know. I get to see that every morning in my rear view mirror as I'm going to work. Yep. Oh, new dude parked in, oh, they're not gonna like him at all. Oh boy. New dude parked in somebody else's regular spot this morning. All right, guys. Well, listen, I've been on here 30 minutes. I just thought I'd spend a couple of minutes in the morning with you guys to give you an idea of what I go through in the mornings. But like I said, there wasn't a lot of traffic usually, you know, coming this way in the mornings. That's not unless you're headed east. But anyways, you guys have a bang up day. I'm going to go in here and act like I'm getting something done. We'll talk to you again. If you get a chance in the afternoons, I'm usually on about 2:30 Central Time until about 3:15 Central Time, something like that in the afternoons. If I've got any people that are far and abroad, it's nice to see you this morning. You guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you again soon. All right, later.